Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 121 on 420, baby. Got your blunt? Huh? You stoned as I am, man? I'm in another realm. I'm in another dimension, floating, man. Here I go. Coming with me. No, happy 420. It's a special day for some, the stoners out there and other weed enthusiasts, people who are interested in altering their conscious awareness, shifting it to a different lane, so to speak. Shifting it around, playing with it, playing with consciousness like it's a game, folks. Happy 420 episode. I wish it was episode 420. That'd be even neater, more neat, even better. Great. Wednesday, 420, 2022. Trevor Ohlsen, I'm your host. Good to be here. What's going on? How are you? Are you stoned right now? Do you still live in a state where marijuana is a crime punishable by death? Are you sneaking out and hopping in cars with people and driving to undisclosed locations in the middle of nowhere to grab that grass? Are you calling up that, air quotes, friend of yours? You're letting mom and pop know, hey, I gotta make a run and I gotta go. I'm hanging out with Jimmy. Yeah, we're gonna play baseball down at the park. Me and Jimmy. Yeah, no, just us, mom. Yep, yeah. We'll be fine. Bye. Meanwhile, you're just fucking toking up in the back of a dark van. Some 42-year-old who still hangs around the high school. I'm telling you what, guys. Enjoy it now. Because high school, those are the best days of your life. Hit the bong. That was a fear of mine, ending up hanging out at the high school guy. You don't want to be hanging out at the high school guy when you're, 20s for sure. It's okay to pop back in when you're 18 and you graduated when you're 17. After that, you should never step foot in that godforsaken place again. Don't step back in it. I was living in my hometown up until very recently, as many of you know, and once in a great while, I'd pop on over, just make a drive, not go in. I'm not gonna be like a creep. I'm not gonna. I said hi to my teachers for a couple years. Hey man, really, you were a great teacher. You were really cool. That's it. And then a few years ago, it's like I'm still checking out like the senior girls. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. This isn't good. In a matter of a few months, this is going to be very creepy. Get out of here. So I was fortunate. I never ended up hanging out at the high school guy in the back of the van with a bong, big dude. That wasn't the direction I wanted to go in. Is that you, my fellow listener? Is that you right now? Are you stoned in the back of like an old 70s shag carpeted van? It's orange, like dark, like it's like an orangish, color. Like I said, you're hanging out with some 37-year-old. He's got messy hair. He's fat. Those are the best days of your life, man. Just keep coming back, dude. Don't take it for granted. Oh man, is that you? I hope so. I hope all my listeners are 17-year-old stoners hanging out with 40-year-olds. That's my demographic audience I'm pursuing. Stoners who hang out with pedophiles. Okay, maybe not pedophiles, but there is something about you don't want to be hanging out at the high school. Because that's just what does that say? What is that doing for you? Are you just trying to relive the glory days of of pre-calculus and world history? Are you trying to just hang on as long as you can? Just want to hang on, man. This being an adult thing is tough. This being autonomous and having responsibilities, man, I don't think this is for me. No, man. I don't think it's for me. Hang on to it, folks. It's the best. It's the best time of your life. I'm telling you, from 15 to 18, it's the best time of your life. It's just downhill from there. It's downhill after 18, folks. Nothing gets better. It just gets worse. You just get sore and old, and you have to work. You get bogged down with life. There's something, I will say there's one thing about high school is, once you're out of it, you realize how easy it was. As far as responsibility. Now, that's coming from a guy who, I did fine in high school. I had friends, wasn't a fucking loser like you stoned out junkie. I had friends, I got A's and B's, it was fine. I was a social kid. I wasn't bullied or anything like that. So for me, high school was very easy. And I'm not going to apologize for that, you people who, had a tough time getting through it. My God, you can't get through high school. Good luck with the rest of life. No, some people have it tough. I sympathize with you. But it was easy for me. And so, there's looking back on it, that's the one realization I've had. It's like, wow, that was really easy. You don't have any responsibilities. Like, you do, but they're very small. It's like, get an egg. Study for the test. Don't get Jackie pregnant. I was a virgin in high school, so that was no problem for me. A lot of people are banging real young these days. Real young. I think it's good to wait. But, I can't say wait till marriage because on one end, I'm like, hold out, maybe don't fuck when you're 12. Maybe. Maybe hold out a little longer than that. I don't know, go to 13 and a half. Push it back, 500 days. Whatever you got to do. Try till 15. I don't know what your sexual, libido levels are at that age. What's your proclivity? I don't know what you're into, but I was far too insecure. And I was an innocent little boy back in those days. With regards to anything sexual. It took me a while to come out of the, come out of the closet. That would mean I'm gay. No, that's not what I meant. I knew he was gay. I knew it. I have by far more gay men message me than anyone online. Woohoo for me. No, it took me a long time to get comfortable, or how about, feel secure about my own sexuality in general. Which is a heterosexual reality for me as a non-gay man. But where was I going with any of that? I don't know, man. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's smart to hold out. Like I said, you don't want to be the 8-year-old hooking up with the 9-year-old. That's a bit early. Just a personal opinion, but I think it's a bit early. If you're, playing, if you're tag in the closet, and then little Jimmy's starts grabbing you. And you're like, all right, yeah, it's time. I'm 7. Sure, it's time to grow up. I'm not for that. But I was 20. I waited till I was 20. And, I'm pretty happy with that. Happy with that. Still going through puberty myself over here. That's probably why it took me until 20. I was happy with that because that's a reasonable age. Most people lose their virginity before that. But it wasn't, too late. Where you're, 20... if I was 26... I'm 26. So it's if I was still a virgin, I'd be like, oof. Gets... And I'm sorry for you 26, 27, 30-year-old virgins out there. But just pay someone, Find someone on the street, give them some money. Get it over with. Find that creep in the van, the 40-year-old. You're 30, it's reasonable now if he's hanging out with you. Still weird if you're in the back of a van all the time, but this guy lives in his van. My vision of him is he never leaves his van. He's always in the back, just hangs out in the parking lot. But if you don't, I don't think you want to be, I think it's good to hold out till you're ready. But I also think you don't want to wait. You just don't want to just really hold out forever. Because, then you're just, and you're just not experiencing a part of your personality. You haven't integrated into your personality any sort of, sexual security. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the 40-year-old virgin. They made a silly movie about it. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy. But, I don't know, it's finding that balance, It's like, again, back to, you don't want to smoke every day, you stoners. Now, some people do smoke every day, and they function just fine. I think they lie to themselves and tell themselves that they function just fine. But some people do function fine. I've seen it. I have seen it with my own two eyes, but, I'm a smoke like twice a year guy. Go on a little journey with myself. Run off to Paranoia Park, where I experience heavy doses of existential angst and terror, along with fun bouts of laughter. There's an extreme contrast when I smoke weed. I experience high highs and some scary lows. Whew, yeah. I can still remember that last time I smoked. It was the best and the most scared I'd ever been. Like the best feeling I'd ever got from weed, and the scary, like the worst feeling I'd ever had from it. But I self-soothed like a big boy, with my breathing exercises. I was like, I was on the verge of running off into the night. Running off into the night full of panic. Off into the woods back in Michigan. I would have just disappeared. Probably would have drowned in Lake Antoine. Back home. My sister's coming out, speaking of back home, she's coming out to visit me. Coming out to hang out. Haven't seen her in can you believe it, folks? I've been here for 3 years already. 3 months I've been here. Coming up here in 2 days. Very surprising. I feel like I just got here. But it's been 3 months, and my sister Erin, she's coming out today. She is currently at 12 o'clock. She's in Minneapolis. She's set to arrive here in 4 hours. She's probably gonna want to grab a blunt somewhere out here. Grab some Mary Jane, some of the devil's grass. Excited to see her though. It's gonna be good to hang out and just have a good time. It's gonna be good for her to get out of Michigan. It's good. It's good to get out and travel, see things, come to new places, do new things. It's good. Excited. Should be a good time. She also didn't end up the creepy high school chick. That chick too, because it's predominantly usually white men. Again, I talked about this the other week. White men are usually the serial killers. They're also usually the creeps. Older white men, are usually the creeps. We have a predisposition for it. we end up fat and in a van. Because we don't like the system, man. System's corrupt, man. Which it is. But, there's benefits to it as well. Crime is still relatively illegal. Not really in California, but other places. You can do whatever you want out here. It's the Wild West, baby. You can walk in. I watched the video the other day. This guy just walked into a Target, grabbed a flat screen. A big one, mind you. Like a 65-inch, 55-inch. Grabbed it and just walked out. Had a mask on. And then I was in the Target the other day. And there was this person. I don't know if he was telling the truth or not, but it looked like he was stealing some shit, and he had sunglasses on and a mask and a hood, which everyone has looked like a robber for the last 2 years. Everyone. It's made robbing places much more convenient because you're already masked up. You are ready. I have considered breaking into places, just going, no one knows what I look like. I'll go to this dental office, steal some floss. I want to start off small. I'm not gonna go straight to the flat screens, but maybe like a blender, a watermelon, make myself look pregnant. People are okay with that these days. I'll squeeze it under my hoodie. Oh, he identifies as a pregnant woman. Okay, well that's his choice. We have to respect that. Actually, I saw him grab the watermelon. Just let him go. Let him be. If he's pregnant, he's pregnant. That's the world we're living in, folks. I could probably steal a watermelon, put it under a shirt, and be like, I identify as a pregnant man. And they'd be like, okay, well, okay. If I just had my phone pointed at him, filming him, like, you want to end up on TikTok? You want this to be shared? You want your life ruined? These phones, they're like weapons, folks. Might as well. They're probably more effective than a gun. You just hit that record button. You point that record. You hit that record button. Point that lens at somebody you're not too thrilled with, and go, don't make me throw this up on Twitter. That's more threatening than having a 9mm pointed at their brain. Because at least when you shoot them, it's over. Something ends up on the internet, it becomes a meme. It's forever. It's on the grid. It's in the data. Doesn't go away like all those explicit photos we've all taken. Those don't go away. They're out there somewhere. You got a little special somebody you like. You do a little digital dance with them, naked. On the old iPhone. Those don't go away. No, sir. But if you got your aviators on, your mask, and your hood up, you're good. You're fine. You're fine, folks. Let's sip some coffee here. Grab some coffee. Let's do this together. Don't make me sip my coffee alone, folks. 11:11 a.m. here, folks. Makes a wish. I'm part of the Makes a Wish program. I wish I could talk appropriately. I've never said appropriately before. I've did it. I've did. Oh shit! I didn't do it. What else is going on, folks? What else is going on? What else is going? How many times can I say it? Going on. You're stoned. We're sipping coffee together. We're reminiscing about high school. We're talking about losing, our virginities together. Not together, but we'd have to be together then. All right. Well, I'm not sure. I got 10 minutes left. Got to keep filling this hole in. um, yeah. Usually I can just keep rolling, which I will. I'll just ramble on here for the next 10 minutes. So my mind will end up on something. Yes. Let's discuss this. I watched a great documentary. Not a great, an interesting documentary yesterday, last night about Abercrombie and Fitch. Remember that? Pardon me. Remember that brand when everybody was into it? I was never I'm too young for that. I think it became very popular in the early 2000s, and I was just a wee lad, just a wee lad. Say it came out in whatever, I don't know, 2006. I was only uh, 11. I didn't have a any sort of idea of fashion or trying to fit in. I never really cared. Like everybody, I remember everybody having whatever, like the Nikes, and I just, even from a young age, I was like, who cares? Like their shoes. I was never trying to buy the cool stuff because I was basically oblivious to it. And when I did realize it was the cool stuff, I was like, oh, I don't want to be wearing it. I don't care. I could give a shit about the shoes that people wear. I have a better understanding now of how to dress, but an interesting documentary talking about Abercrombie and their exclusionary practices. How they're like, we don't want fat people, we don't want anyone who's not white, basically. Now, here's the thing: they used, their brand was just like sexy, hot, beautiful women and men, and they were all white. Granted, yes, okay, all that was the look. That was the look they wanted. It was just white people. Now, I think, white people are quite villainized in this country right now. I'm not. I'm. It is what it is. There was, what was it? It was a podcast I was listening to. It was Tim Dillon, and he had a guest on as well, and they were talking about, I think, the war in Ukraine going on and everything like that. And like that was the news, and the guy was just like, can't the news just go back to hating white people? Like, but you know, we live in a world now where everything is supposed to be inclusive, and everyone is supposed to be cool and fit in, and that's great. And I mean, I definitely see all people as equal: men, women, black, white, any sort of color, any sort of race, religion, creed, sexual orientation. We're all just people. We all have intrinsic value. We're all equal at our core, fundamentally. Um, but also, like, if that's what the look you're kind of going for, like, they were arguing that it was illegal by the end of the documentary. They're like, this is illegal, right? To just hire people based on looks. And that was a big argument, like, because people were, the ugly people were getting fired, and that's not great. That's not, friendly. But also, you're just working. Who wants to work at Abercrombie anyway? I think they left that point out. Who wants to fucking work at the clothes store anyway? Everyone was upset that they got fired from Abercrombie and Fitch because they weren't good looking enough. It's like, it's not like it was a high position. Like, you're at a retail store. Go to American Eagle if they don't think you're pretty enough. Do the same job across, the hall. Work at PacSun. I don't know. Now, the firing of people due to their looks, that's not cool. But to go so far as to say it's illegal, I think is a bit far. Because I'll give you an example. There's this ice cream shop, a small little local ice cream shop back in Iron Mountain, Michigan. I call it the Cow Place. It's a great little ice cream shop. They just hire cute girls. That's it. I've never seen a guy working there. Uh, they just hire cute girls. And when I was younger, that was one reason to go in there because all the girls there are cute. It's like a strip club. You want to see. You go in because you know what you're gonna see. Or Hooters. Hooters is a better example. Um, why do you go to Hooters? Because you want to see the hot waitresses and you have the food. Hooters is a perfect example of a company being exclusionary. We only hire hot chicks. And I think companies have the right to do that. If they just want to hire hot chicks or hot guys or hot girls, guys, those are really the only two. I know some people think there's a bunch more, but I'm pretty sure there's just two. I think companies have the right to do that. And to say that Hooters is exclusionary, yeah, they are. But that's their business model, and it's not fair, maybe. And you might frown upon it, and it might really upset you and hurt your feelings. But also, as a customer of Hooters, I like to go in and just see the hot girls. I expect it when I go there. And I go to other restaurants, and Hooters is literally the only restaurant where I expect to see hot girls at. Any other restaurant, it's everybody. So if there's like a brand like Abercrombie, they were just hiring like quote air quotes beautiful people, usually white. Now, I think I'm the type of guy. I don't really have a preference with women as far as like how they look. Like I'm attracted to black women. I'm attracted to Asian women, white women. If I'm just attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. It's not like I'm making a conscious choice. So, so the fact that they were like, you're Filipino, you can't work here, that's not good. That's bad. That's racist. But again, I think companies, to an extent, absolutely can exclude people if they want to. Now, I know that's not a popular idea in like the inclusive world we're all inhabiting currently. But again, do you want to see, some 800-pound beast at, Hooters wearing the short shorts? I mean, maybe you do. Maybe. If that's your thing. I don't know. I just found it interesting. I agreed with some points, and I thought other points were like, I think companies have the right to do whatever they want, really. As long as it's not, like, harming other people. But then people made the argument, it's like, well, they're not hiring me because I'm this race and this skin color, and that's not good. That's not good. But I do want to see the hot girls at Hooters. That's also a point. So yeah, it was an interesting documentary, folks. Are they even still a thing, Abercrombie and Fitch? Let's see. I know they are, right? Abercrombie and Fitch. They're still going. Yeah, they're still going, folks. They've been around since 1892. They're not going anywhere. They started off with men and pelts and hunting shit. They went to, air quotes, beautiful people, and now they're inclusive. So they've gone through a transition themselves. Everything's transitioning, changing all the time, folks. Change is inexorable. It's inevitable. It's unstoppable. Unstoppable, folks, is change. Just except in the case of the Van Stoner dude hanging out with Brittany because he thinks she's pretty. And Brittany's a little rebellious, and she's 18 now. She doesn't like being told what to do by mom and dad anymore. So she's going to fuck, the Van guy. And that's all we can ask for. All right, folks, have a great rest of your day. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/Trevor Ohlsen, where we do this every Saturday. We're closing in on the monthly goal of $500, and which is great. And so thank you to everybody who's supporting over there. Head over there if you're interested. Patreon.com/Trevor Ohlsen. Keep doing your things. We'll see you there on Saturday, and if not there, we'll see you next week back on Wednesday. Keep doing your thing. Keep moving forward. Don't be the van guy. It's okay to be Britney, I suppose, but don't be the van guy. Bye-bye.